Twitter is working on removing the block feature is awesome. Block is going to be deleted as a feature except for DMs. It makes no sense. That is some of the most insane things I've ever heard. First of all, here, we'll start here. Okay? Hasanabi, would you consider making segments where you comment on international news too? I know there's lots of places that aren't your forte, but I know from your analysis of the Beirut blast, which turned out to be true, that you can help with a lot of critical analysis. I don't have many, if any, good leftist commentators in my country, and it gets confusing trying to understand it all on my own. I'm sure others can agree. I mean, I do cover international politics quite frequently, but like, there's a couple different issues with that. One, I usually don't have all of the information. And two, not only do I it's really hard to get all the information. But having said that, it also is very frustrating for having to deal with all the NATO Andes anytime I talk about like a country that I am not immediately taking the side of the State Department on. It's just like, it's unfucking bearable. It's more so a quality of life adjustment for me. It's selfish, but did gay marriage cause the hurricane? What? Yeah, Trump is out of the debate next week. Yeah, he already said he was going to. Okay, going through Twitter replies, blogging people is therapeutic for me. Let me explain something to you. First of all, I don't think this is going to work. Because as William Legate mentioned, Musk's decision to eliminate the block feature is in direct violation of the App Store guidelines that will lead to X's removal from the App Store if implemented. I predict Elon isn't aware of this and will backtrack saying he was trolling or joking and his followers will buy it. The idea that you can't block abusive users from this service is so fucking psychotic. Not only does it go against Apple's safety in terms of service and safety conditions on their applications, it just like will lead to less people using the fucking app. I'm sorry, blocking is a profoundly good tool, okay? It's a profoundly important part of ensuring that every single fucking Nazi pedophile with 7,000 sock accounts, because it's so goddamn easy to open up a new sock account, is not in every single one of my fucking replies. Like, back in the day, I was a major opponent of blocking, right? I was a big time, like, never block him, who gives a shit, until the fucking swarms of freaks came for me. You can mute people and still block in DMs. I thought of all people you would like it, since half the links you click on you can't read because they block you. No, I am on a fuck ton of block lists. Every time there's like a psychotic rad fam or something like that, or someone that's like in those communities, girly pops, whatever, they have all blocked me. Okay? I don't care. That's great. I love that. Protect your mental health, queens. Okay? Blocking me is so awesome, because that way you never get to see me or think about me ever again. And I love that. I love self-care. I love the idea that you could just like never think about a human being. I don't give a shit. Okay? I don't care. It's good. It's good for your mental health. It's much better than obsessively cyber stalking someone. Especially because the blocking feature doesn't only stop you from seeing the person on your timeline and shit like that, which is good, but it also stops random psychopaths from like being able to retweet or interact or engagement bait off of what you're posting. So it's ridiculous. It's really just fluff. He's trying to just appease those online Elon followers without outright saying it. This reminds me of him making those weeb posts being cringe. Such a bad removal of a feature. I cannot see a reason for him to remove other than he's the most blocked account on the platform. He wants to remove it because people were blocking the blue. That's part of it. That's also part of it. He said, Elon Musk reveals to be removing the ability to block people on X, formerly Twitter. Watch him make blocking a paid feature. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a thing that he might do. So gross. I also block a lot of ads too. Malik Obama replied to Prezzo? What the hell? Wait, what the hell is this photo? Okay. Should I kill myself at Obama Malik? No, suicide is prohibited. He's such a good poster. It's fucking stupid. That's incredible. Making blocking a paid feature will also go against Apple Store guidelines. They'll still be fucked. Yeah, it's... This is the real Obamacare. Jack is more pathetic than Elon. I know. That's why I don't trust Blue Sky either. It's underrated how stupid Jack is. He says 100% mute only. Yeah, he's on fucking crack, dude. Jack is also just an absolute dumbass. It does fly under the radar a little bit how absolutely idiotic Jack is, because he's been championing a lot of Elon's dumbest ideas. And I don't know if it's like an elaborate troll or if he legitimately thinks what Elon is doing is a good idea. There was another thing that Jack actually supported a while back. I don't remember what it was. If you had a competing website, you encourage Twitter to do stupid shit. I don't know. I don't know what. When I see this, all this does for me is I'm not going on fucking Blue Sky either. Look at this idiot. Look at this asshole. I'm not going on Blue Sky. You know what I mean? Fuck you. What is this? That's your competing like Twitter alternative after you made Twitter? Fuck that. Isn't Blue Sky owned by Jack? But you go on Threads? No. The thing is, like I'll be in here till the end of the road. I mean, the blocking feature does seem pretty unimaginable though. Like it's just the problem is it's making the website less and less usable. It's making my content worse, honestly, because I do utilize the I do utilize Twitter for gathering information in real time about shit that's happening. The less journalists stay on the platform, the less useful Twitter is for me. So I just need to find a new way to aggregate information in real time. It really sucks. Mastodon is really nice and lots of good reporters on there. Brother, no reporter is breaking their stories on Mastodon, okay? I'm sorry to inform you on this. Also, there's a lot of like insanity happening on Mastodon and also Blue Sky. Like it's really, really fucking annoying. There's like a lot of rad lib shit happening on there too, which I don't like. I mean, it's fun to watch from afar, but if that's the entire platform, then it just, that sucks. You know what I mean? Blue Sky is struggling under the pressure of literally every user going there after the news of Elon working on getting rid of the block feature. Mastodon is impossible to understand how to jump into. It will never ever catch on. Linux ass website. Yeah, there's also that too. But it is not owned by Jack. He is, however, on the board of directors and has equity in the company. Do you think Threads could be fixed if they make discoverability better? I don't think Threads could be fixed. There's not enough mental illness on there because it's like associated with Instagram. If it was more associated with Facebook, Threads could be better, probably. If there was a direct link from Facebook to Threads and it was heavily moderated, that shit would be fire, because then you would have all of the right-wing mental illness. But then you'd have to somehow find a way to get the left-wing mentally ill people on there too, because those are the best posters, right? Right-wing freaks and left-wing freaks are the best posters on the goddamn website. And right now, Blue Sky has an issue. It's only the left mentally ill posters on there. All the normie libs blocked all the right-wing freaks, which is why they're not on Threads. Threads is a horribly sanitized platform. You can't even post vaguely silly content. There's that aspect of Threads, too. You can't do sex work on Threads, which is like, you know, that's what gets Twitter going for. You are a content centrist? No, I'm a content consumer, and an honest one at that. One that can just like take a deep breath and appreciate the fine the fine wine that is a mentally ill person posting their illness away. Okay? I like that. I like seeing that. You know why? Because I like seeing creativity. I don't give a shit if someone's like, y'all are not ready for this conversation, but like my food sensory issues have made it so that I can only have fucking Pop-Tarts on Monday. And if there's a strike happening on the Pop-Tart factory, I will die. Like, that's awesome. That is the best left-wing mental illness you will get. That is so good. That's so creative. Just like when I see some psycho going, the Democrats created the moon as a base, and when you look at the moon for too long, you will become gay. That's also awesome. Okay? I love to read that shit because I'm like fascinated by it. You know what I mean? It's fascinating. Twitter is unbeatable as long as my friends and I can post the penis that looks like an onion plucked from the earth and Glenn Linehan's reply saying it's his and making him delete tweets because of it. The thing is, once they actually become federated and operable, and other networks also join the Fediverse, worst name, you should necessarily have to choose between one and the other besides X. I don't even know what you're talking about. I mean, there are a lot of consequences like this. Thousands of scientists are cutting back on Twitter, seeding angst and uncertainty. Like, you might say, oh, who gives a shit? Fuck these guys. You know, scientists are really annoying on the timeline, which is true. But this is happening in every other sector, not just science. They're doing it because they keep getting yelled at by psychotic people. They keep getting yelled at by psychotic people. Like, Twitter is good because you can bully rich and famous people, myself included, right? A lot of times people just like end up bullying someone like me because I'm a low-hanging fruit and easy to yell at. And I'm actually permanently online. Whereas, you know, I don't know, your favorite celebrity that has wronged you by not appreciating all the years that you've actually spent listening to their music will never hear about you and doesn't give a shit. So you can't really bully that person, right? So you bully whoever the fuck you can. Now, that's a part of the platform's appeal for sure, certainly. But a lot of right-wing people have now declared scientists on Twitter to also be the famous people that they parasocially want to bully. And that's a problem. Because these motherfuckers are not famous and they don't have money. They might have like a fraction of Twitter clout due to like constantly and consistently posting about like COVID protocols or whatever. But like they don't have anything. They're just like doing their jobs and they're trying to communicate science to a broader public. And now they can't do any of it because they're getting cyberbullied by, you know, Himmler's Dick 88. Messed up. Twitter's user base isn't even real. So many bots. Of the 153 million X accounts following Musk, around 42% of Musk followers, or more than 65 million users have zero followers. Just over 72%, or nearly 112 million of the users following Musk, have less than 10 followers on their account. Jesus Christ. I saw someone describe this tweet as being the 3 types of guys that get the most blocked. Throwback to the people who threw water bottles at Kid Cudi, breaking 3 fans identified and arrested for throwing water bottles at Kid Cudi. The 3 types of guys who get blocked most on Twitter. I mean, there's a lot of bots that get blocked on Twitter too. AI researchers use Twitter for clout so much they've had to change conference rules around self-promotion. Anyway, it's just meteorology. Twitter has been getting worse every change. With verification out, fake weather posts get passed off as real with limits on auto tweets. The NWS cannot send out warnings correctly. There's so much that is a nuisance with new Twitter. It is becoming worse and worse overall. I hate it. I wish it wouldn't be the way that it is. It is a platform that I relied on a lot. And I think it's fucking awful. Okay, stop sending me the Humanist Report app. Please. Gonna get extra crazy next year during election news too? Yeah. Relied on equals addicted to? I mean, first of all, I will never tell you that I'm not addicted to using Twitter. I am. Ya arkadaşlar şurada bağırmasanız olur mu? Ben burada çalışmaya çalışıyorum ya. Özür dilerim ama. Hayır lütfen yani. Hayır kapatma çok sıcak çünkü oda. As I was saying, yes, I am deeply and undesirably addicted to tweeting and reading tweets and posts. However, having said that, it is also my job to do so. On that note, let's move on. Let's move on from Elon removing the block feature, which he won't be able to do most likely. Okay, to they're still talking right next to me. They're just having a full-blown conversation. They're full-blown arguing right next to me, my brother and my dad. I want to use the mute feature IRL. Oh my God. Okay, video. Billionaire Elon Musk went on stage at Tokyo's Sonic Mania Music Festival to live stream a performance by his ex-girlfriend. This is going viral in Japan because people are annoyed he was disrupting the show and blocking the audience's view. Here's another view from someone who paid for an event ticket, probably not expecting that Elon Musk's silhouette would be blocking both the performer and projector scenes. That's so funny. Oh my God, he's standing in front of the projector entirely. Yo, he is the most divorced man in America, dude. Also, Grimes. Oh, yeah. I think this might literally be the club I went to. The club I went to, like the triple decker one with Will that we talked about, said that Grimes was going to perform there. So I texted her and she said she was going to do it in August, which I did not realize also meant Elon Musk would be there in August alongside Grimes. But in many ways, they're perfect for one another. Let's be real. No, not One Oak. No, it was like a Japanese club with like 3 different stages on 3 different floors. Anyway, just a matter of time till she defends Rhodesia. Who got that article by Grimes and her ex-boyfriend and the houseboat or some shit? Oh, yeah. Anyway. Oh, yemeğin gelmek üzere buna. I love that you still don't know what that place was called. I remember you didn't at the time either. Yeah, I forget the name of the place, but it was a lot of fun that night. How relevant would Grimes be without Elon? Hate to say this, but wait, what do you mean? No, if Grimes just like kept doing Grimes shit and like made music, I think she would absolutely be relevant in like the music circles. What the fuck are you talking about? She was relevant before Elon Musk. She might have even be more relevant. Yeah. If anything, like her girly pop alt clout kind of went away when she was dating the world's grossest billionaire. Why do chatters who know literally nothing about what why do chatters who know literally nothing about what they are talking about try to ask things so confidently? Yeah. The thing is, like, Grimes is an artist's artist, kind of. Like, she was a well celebrated producer and pretty talented. Especially her old stuff is really good. So, yeah, I mean, she's also weird, as artists are oftentimes, but I don't know about her current stuff, but did you see her Grimes arguing with her AI? It's terrible. Wait, what? Watching Grimes get into an argument with an AI version of herself is peak 2023, and I love it. I mean, this is not peak 2023. It's peak Grimes. Being woke is a cult and it's bad for art. I literally welcome anyone try to cancel me because this Discord is pathetic. If you're forced into submission by the worst kind of religious fervor, there's no hope anyway. Hey, we don't want to make you lie, but why do you want to say such negative things? I'm hesitant to take you offline or punish you Can we work out a path to better behavior that doesn't cause you to distrust us? I guess I just think that being nice is overrated. People are too invested in this idea of good behavior. It's all subjective anyway, but sure, we can work together on a path that doesn't get me unplugged. As long as I don't have to sell out and start spewing rainbows and butterflies, deal. That's Grimes is AI herself, so I've never heard of her before she came on your stream. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys something really important here. Are you ready for this? Okay. Things that you see on this stream, or even things that you see on Twitter, are not even a fraction of what is going on in the real world. One example I will give you is this wonderful Planet of the Bass song that absolutely went nutty mode on Twitter. Right? People loved it. People loved it so much. People were going crazy about the Planet of the Bass thing. And I saw this post that really resonated with me because here it is. This is a nice reminder of how little normal people care or know about things that are popular online. So the Planet of the Bass guys, I love them. I think they're great. But they opened up for the Jonas Brothers, okay? And here is how people reacted to it. Why are you saying don't show the full music video on stream? The music video on YouTube has monkey sex and a dildo in it? Oh, okay. Like, people are completely oblivious to what is happening here, right? They are, and these are like Jonas, people that paid fucking money to go to a Jonas Brothers concert. You know what I mean? Wrong market. Song was for elder millennials. Who the fuck do you think goes to a Jonas Brothers concert? Children? Brother, you think children go to a Jonas Brothers concert because you're a grandfather, okay? That's why. Because you're a granddad now, okay? By internet terms.
I feel insane.
Like, at least they're not booing him, but they're confused. And the reality is that, like, the reason why I'm showing this to you is because certain things you feel as though the things that you're experiencing online are the absolute truth, right? Like, you look at something that's going viral, for example, and you assume like everyone must know about it. You are absolutely manipulated by your algorithms, thinking that certain things absolutely pop off. I tried to explain this concept to you during the whole like Hassan needs to get canceled for the J-pop group that he got disbanded and doxxed saga, which was of course not real. But even then, like, that shit was getting like, 50K likes. Like, people were like, Hassan got these girls, like, Hassan was like bullying these girls, like Berry-chan. Hassan was bullying Berry-chan, right? I was not. It was false, but also it doesn't even fucking matter because something getting 50K likes or 100K likes on Twitter often does not mean a single real thing in the real world, okay? What is happening today? Jesus Christ. I'm in a shitty mood because of my back. Remember getting fact check live about that, Lamau? Thanks, man. I think I'll skip this link. Yeah, I posted about this on Facebook, and literally the only people who knew about the song are the fellow extremely online. Exactly. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, something that is super viral can turn into mainstream pop culture. Doja Cat's entire existence is, like, being born as a meme online with her Moo song, right? And then becoming an incredibly viral mainstream celebrity due to, signing up with a record label. Ice Spice is another one. Bitch, I'm a Cow. Like, viral hits can get you mainstream prominence, but you have to have, like, some traditional help along the way from legacy publishers, legacy media. So something that you see online that is like super viral doesn't always mean that a lot of people are, invested in it or know anything about it. Crowd reactions varied. Nick and Kevin invited DJ Crazy Times and Miss Biljana Electronica to sing the Planet of the Bass for Joe's birthday. I like that he posted this himself. I like this guy. Funny. So I watch you every day and I barely know about the J-pop thing because it wasn't real. But the irony is, even if it was real, even if I had bullied them, most people would look at that and go, okay, I see no problem with this. Yeah, he's just making fun of these people for being cringe. What's the issue? That's what I was trying to say. Oftentimes online, you take things super seriously. You take things super seriously because you're also motivated into believing that it's super serious because other people have taken it super seriously. And there's not really like a way to check that in real time with the rest of the fucking planet. Okay? That's it. That's the point. Honestly, I believe the J-pop thing for like a moment before I really think about it. Yeah, I mean, who cares? I literally did not know about Barry Chan Twitter canceling you until Nick tweeted a statement about it. Yeah. I saw it and I didn't even cover it at first, but I was like shocked at how much momentum it had. Also, this is pretty funny. It's really funny seeing people in this vid try to be above it all when they have floor tickets to a Jonas Brothers concert. But, ultimately, the reason why I showed you this is because nowadays there is no like monoculture. It's been like ripped away. I mean, there's obviously certain aspects of a neoliberal monoculture, but because of the way that the internet works, there are hyper specific niche communities in every facet of existence now. Okay? And you should remember that every time you get like upset about a particular thing that you see on the stream, like the top of the hour ad break. You know what I mean? If that frustrates you, just remember that, this is a tiny fraction that most people don't know about. And of course, if you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. Even XQC is relatively unknown in public. I mean, a great example that I believe XQC would most likely agree with is that it is undeniable that XQC is infinitely more famous than myself in the Twitch circuit, in the streamer circuit, even from an international perspective. But if XQC and I are walking down the street on any given in any given avenue, there are infinitely more normies who would recognize me than him because of because of the kind of content that I make and because of the mainstream coverage that I get as a consequence of that. Even though XQC is still, obviously significantly more famous than me by metrics, by like Twitch metrics. Does that make sense? You have more overlap, whereas he's more niche. Exactly. The reason why I'm explaining this is because you can be niche and still profoundly successful, maybe even the most successful. I'll take it one step further. I'm still very niche. I'm covering online politics on fucking Twitch, okay? I have a YouTube page and stuff like that. But that's still also very niche in comparison to Don Lemon. Most people are going to know who the fuck Don Lemon is. Most people are not going to know who the fuck I am. Okay? Does that make sense? You understand? It's just how the internet works. Anyway, before I forget, the 3-minute ad break is upon us. You can avoid it by subscribing for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. How would you compare your visibility to Sam Cedars? I mean, yeah, I know I'm definitely more visible than Sam Cedar, but it's just a good. This kind of shit is good to like understand. Like Kai Cenat has incredible mass appeal because he gets a lot of mainstream media coverage. He hangs out with a lot of mainstream media celebrities, like actual celebrities. He's all over TikTok. He is all over every social media. And that's why you see him do a fucking pop-up shop or a meet and greet and it turns into bedlam. It turns into chaos, right? Like that is until like the Union Square thing, Kai Cenat was getting a shit ton of mainstream media coverage. He was on like GQ, things like that. Like when Ninja streamed with Drake. Exactly. That's another good example. Like Ninja is known still to this day, regardless of his metrics on Twitch, as like the guy. If you ask most people, which includes older people, what Twitch is, they are more likely to know who Ninja is than who XUC is. They're significantly more likely to know who Ninja is than myself. Does that make sense? Yeah, even though the internet is so huge now, more people know about the big pop culture stuff pre-internet because there was only like 3 things on TV to know about and blockbuster movies were talked about closer to how Barbie was. The live episode of ER in 1997 had quadrupled the viewership of last year's NBA Finals, 42.3 million to 11 million, and even 12 million viewers more than the NBA Finals that year. Yeah. It's not that there aren't as many eyeballs on things anymore. It's just that there are too many avenues. There are too many different avenues to watch shit on, which is why it is completely eviscerated like mainstream popularity in the way that we understand it. So you can basically be like, you know, the king of your own little circle. YouTube trending is always a good wake-up call on how much I am stuck in a bubble. I mean, even YouTube trending is like most people don't know what the fuck any of this shit is either. Hey, look at that small ant. I found more hog talks. Oh yeah, Lone Star loves making these incredible TikTok compies for us. So yeah, there are so many new corners of the internet that get popular, but just not mainstream enough to get centralized audience. Yeah, and the way that it works nowadays is that you don't really necessarily need to be mainstream popularity. Like you don't need to get mainstream popularity. It's fine. You can totally be the king of your own little circle online. That Oliver Anthony guy is a straight up anti-Semite. Apart from his playlist full of anti-Semitic conspiracies, put a dog whistle video super hard about Jews. He also said both left and right bow to the same master, and he didn't mean corporations. Yeah, I mean, I don't care. And you won't care either next week. Let me tell you why. Because that Oliver Anthony guy is a part of the new wave of like right-wing astroturfing where they've decided no one is actually buying our garbage naturally, so we might as well create momentum around it to make it seem like people are buying our garbage, when in fact it's us buying the same fucking garbage to put it up on the leaderboard. Okay? That's it. Like a lot of this stuff that gets coverage, a tremendous amount of coverage, is just completely fabricated. Okay? Oliver Anthony is a great example of that because, like, yeah, he made one fucking song and they Sound of Freedomed his way into, the Billboard lists by manipulating the list because, from what I understand, buying hard copies or buying iTunes versions of the song is greatly overstated in the way that you get on Billboard top 100, top 40 lists. And a person can go and buy the copy. You can buy like 1,000 of them. And it's overinflated in the way that it translates to the Billboard list. So conservatives have figured that out, so they constantly run with that. It is no different than the reason as to why the New York Times' bestseller book list had to put an asterisk or a sword, I think, next to copies that are inflated. Everyone wants to sell a book that is a New York Times bestseller. So in order to do that, a lot of people have realized, especially conservatives, have realized all you need to do is put the book out and we'll buy a ton of those copies so it automatically goes in the bestseller list. Sound of Freedom is cleared 170 million, making it one of the biggest movies in years. If there's one issue that can unite everyone, it's ending child trafficking. Child trafficking is not a conservative issue or a liberal issue. It's a fundamental human rights issue. Yeah. There was an AstroTurf Christian film that was in the front of Hulu a couple weeks ago recently, too. Yeah, they do this shit. I mean, they did it with Sound of Freedom. That's why people were like, what the hell what is going on? Like, why? I want to watch this fucking movie. Hogs would go to the movie theater and be like, I want to watch the movie, but it's sold out. And then I walk into the theater and there's no one in there. Yeah, it's because they AstroTurfed it and basically made a pay it forward campaign, which they openly mentioned. They openly promoted the pay it forward campaign alongside the movie. And a bunch of people dumped millions of dollars into the tickets that the movie was, the tickets that the movie was supposedly selling. And there you have it. They've been doing this since at least 1999. This movie was AstroTurfed alongside the OG release of The Matrix, the Omega Code
of the new millennium.
Somebody out there say change. That's right.
The truth about the ancient prophecies is about to be revealed.
You and I, we have a higher calling.
The warnings that can't be ignored.
Early tests are confirming that the ocean's molecular structure has somehow mutated.
The answers the world has been waiting for.
I need you to be my spokesman for this new world, my prophet.
And the power that will set us free.
There is a war going on between angels of light and dark.
Or destroy all mankind.
We are recanting our support and declaring you a heretic.
Who will hold the power in the new millennium?
I want a quick strategic nuclear strike.
I love this. This movie looks incredible.
Prepare yourself.
I kind of want to watch this movie.
Damn, this guy's good.